Our job at Barnsley Safeguarding Children Partnership is to keep you safe from harm. We know that these days many people are glued to their phones. Here's a few tips for some popular apps to help you stay safe online. TikTok and Instagram. TikTok and Instagram have an advisory of 13 years old plus for a reason. There are many risks involved with putting yourself out there online, no matter how cool influencers make it look. If you're aged 13 to 15, these apps automatically sort out your privacy settings. So, if you've been truthful about your age, don't worry. Lots of security features will have already been applied to your account. But if you are 16 or over, or your account thinks that you are, you'll need to adjust your settings manually. It's never a good idea to lie about your age online. Our advice would be to always be truthful and then manually check your settings are still private when you turn 16. A risk of posting content online is that people will end up with permanent access to it. Remember, anything that you put online has the potential to be online forever. Private posts may also end up being leaked to family, friends, and even your school teachers, so think really carefully about what you post. Set your settings to private so that only approved followers can see your posts, and only allow people who you know and trust to follow you. Even with a private account, anyone can see your profile info, so don't share your full name or where you go to school. Direct messages. Do you really know who's sliding into your DMs? If you're under 16, private messaging is automatically turned off on TikTok, but we still recommend that you keep this feature off. It can be really dangerous to have a public account where people can message you whatever content they want, no matter how many followers you're trying to get. Direct messaging leaves you at risk of hurtful or offensive comments 24/7, so be sure to block anyone who makes you feel uncomfortable. Be careful when collaborating with other people, such as duetting and stitching. This could mean that your content can be turned into something completely different to what you intended, and then it is out of your control. This can also happen if people download your content. Not only can they keep it forever, which might be creepy enough, but they can edit it however they like once they've got a copy of it. Go to your settings and privacy on TikTok to prevent your content from being downloaded, and sharing and remixes in your settings on Insta to stop people sharing your stories in a message to someone else without your consent. If you're worried about your settings, both TikTok and Instagram have a neat way of linking your family account with someone in your family, called family pairing on TikTok or supervision on Insta. Your family member will need their own account, then link it to yours in your settings and privacy. That way, they can take all the stress and hassle out of managing your settings and do it for you. Snapchat. Snapchat has many of the same settings as TikTok and Instagram, such as Family Center, limiting adult users from messaging you if your account thinks you are under 17, and privacy settings to help control who can message you and see your story. The main problem with Snapchat is that people think that messages and pictures are gone forever once they disappear. This isn't always the case. Although it notifies you when someone does it, this doesn't always stop people from screenshotting your content and sharing it with other people. If they take a picture of their phone with another device, you'd never even know that it's been copied. If someone sends you inappropriate content on Snapchat, it can be harder to prove as the messages disappear. Report their content immediately by long pressing the message or snap. Be careful with who you accept friend requests from. Make sure you know and trust the people you accept. To report or block someone, press and hold on their Snapchat ID and select Manage Friendship. Finally, make sure you turn on ghost mode so people can't get your current location on Snap Map. This can be really dangerous, especially if you're speaking to someone who's pretending to be someone else. Click your profile icon, then scroll to Snap Map. Click it, then the cog in the top right corner to enable ghost mode. WhatsApp. Did you know the age recommendation for WhatsApp is 16 plus? Its risks are similar to other apps with private messaging, but WhatsApp is usually used to message people who you think you know and who you think are good people. Sometimes this can lead to people passing on extreme messages or viewpoints that you don't agree with or that can make you feel uncomfortable. You might not want to disagree with them as they are your friend, either in real life or online. But they might start sending you racist jokes or links to podcasts from people with extreme views against women. You might end up in a group chat with people who you don't know that share similar extreme views. If this happens, it's really important to tell an adult that you trust about it, such as your favourite teacher at school. You won't get in trouble, and you might help other young people who are in the same situation and don't even realise it's wrong or harmful to think that way. Telegram and Discord. Other apps that allow people to spread hate are Telegram and Discord. Like WhatsApp, you're supposed to be 16 years plus to use Telegram, and it's been adapted by people with extreme viewpoints to spread hate through its channels and people or groups nearby features. This app makes it easy to speak to strangers, so always make sure that you only connect with people that you know and trust in real life. And the sharing your location setting is always switched off. Telegram's often used by terrorist groups to recruit new followers to their cause, so if someone sends you messages that are hate-filled in any way, be sure to block, report, and tell an adult. When people think of violent hate groups, they don't often think of gamers, but more and more extremists are using Discord to recruit people to their cause. When you're gaming, do you really know who you're talking to? It's likely you don't know these people in real life. They may be from all over the world and have very different views to us here in our communities, where we try to be inclusive of everyone in our society. Like on WhatsApp, the people you talk to on here might seem nice and helpful. You might want to impress them because they have status in the game you play. You might not want to disagree with them in your server or game chat because they're really popular in your clan, team or alliance. But if you find yourself on a server that you don't feel comfortable with, or in a group sharing material that you don't agree with, take a step back. If someone you knew said these things, would you be shocked? If it's material against certain types of people, how would they feel if they saw it? How would you feel if it was against you? People might ask you to download something, follow links, or share material. Sometimes this material may be illegal for you to distribute or even possess, so never share it. If anything like this happens on Discord or in your team in a game, leave the server or team, report and block. There are always more teams to choose from, preferably with people you know in real life. If you're worried about any of the things that we've mentioned, don't panic. The best thing to do is to tell an adult you trust about your concerns. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, read our leaflet to find free, confidential services that can help you report an issue or get advice and support. You are not alone with your problem. There are always people who can help.